Hello there my YouTube friends and fans, welcome back. Yes, I know it's been a while since I last posted a video. I hope people did not give up on me. I just had a lot going on, and the biggest thing was that I moved, and as you may know, that is very stressful, takes a lot of time. You don't really have a lot of time to do other things while you're moving, and I'm finally settling, getting ready to get back into making videos, which is something I absolutely love to do. So here we go. We have a new game, and look at how gorgeous it is. It's called Medieval Dynasty, as you saw on the title screen. I actually just recently discovered this by accident, but just kind of like looking at game videos that others made. And I was like, wait a minute, what is this? I've never heard of this game. And I saw those images and I'm like, oh my god, this game reminds me instantly of one of my favorite games, which is called Kingdom Come Deliverance. I have also a bunch of videos about that game, and I really missed that game so much that I was like, maybe this is like something that brings back those memories, those really awesome times I had in that game, and I can maybe have those again with this game. So when you actually turn off the HUD in this game, it almost feels like you're literally there. Look at this. So you're playing a person, a guy actually, that had just war happening and things happened to him. I don't really remember anymore exactly what happened because I wasn't really paying much attention to it, but basically he's trying to start a new life in this valley or in this region here, and this is like the first sign of civilization that I come across here, the first village. I could have probably gone another way and I don't know what I would have found, but look at that first village, looking at all the animals and everything, and I just love it. It's so cute. I just absolutely love medieval games because, you know, things have been so much simpler back then. I wouldn't say easier, for sure not easier. They had a hard life back then, but it was not as complicated because they just didn't have much, so which automatically makes life simpler, right? So we are here in the village for the first time, just kind of looking at everything and admiring, you know, the houses and the graphics here. And then once I'm done with that, I'm moving on to explore. So for me, this game had a pretty steep learning curve because I didn't really know at all what I was supposed to do here. I was just kind of wandering around, seeing if I could pick up anything, find anything. And I learned quickly that along the river, you always find goodies, or not always, but often you find goodies and you find plants that you need to build. And look at that, I find a fishing rod and some clothing that actually come in really handy when it gets cold. And I'm just admiring the beauty of this game again and again. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So I'm being told that I have to build a house, or I should build a house. I probably could ignore that and not do that, but I need a place to sleep. And while you can actually sleep whenever you make a fire, it is better when you actually have a house, especially when the winter comes along and it's freezing. Obviously, you will also be protected from animals, and I think there's some other advantages, obviously. So I definitely want to build a house, and I also want to build a house because that's just always fun in any game, right? We all love to build in games. So it actually has a lot of tools that you can use for all kinds of things. You have to kind of learn which ones are for what. Some of them are locked. You can't, you know, make them quite yet, but it kind of goes in a really nice order where whatever you need first, you kind of can unlock first. So I just have a simple stone axe at the beginning here, but it does a really good job in taking down trees, and I absolutely love how this looks here. It's so realistic how those trees come down and the sound they make when they come down. And then you pick up the logs, and it's also very realistic because you cannot carry a lot of stuff. You quickly overburden yourself. So look at that. My first house is almost done. I was just collecting the last 2 logs here to finish this house off. And we're done. Yes. Isn't that a gorgeous location? Right by the lake. I can see pretty far. Behind me are the woods with animals. And at the beginning here, I was like, I don't really know how you open this door because I'm so used from other games that you always have to push a button. But you don't in this case. You can actually just walk in. Hint, hint. So after I built my house, I was super hungry and I had a couple of rabbits. I built a trap here, which does a really good job in catching rabbits, but you get like 1 or 2 a day. And those rabbits just don't fill you up. And then there are also berries that you can eat. And there's mushrooms, but mushrooms should probably, you know, most mushrooms are poisonous, or you should at least cook them. So I tried it, trust me, it actually made me really sick. And then you find herbs that actually can heal you, just like you know from other games. But it's just really fun to learn all those things because they're definitely different in this game than in other games that I played. And I'm just like, God, I'm so hungry. I need to eat something. Just give me anything. Okay, I'm just gonna eat berries. I'm probably gonna have the runs tomorrow, but I'm hungry. I need to survive. I need to eat. So you need to eat and you need to drink at all times. You have to always keep an eye on your meter in the left or lower corner. It's actually kind of telling you the yellow is the food, the blue is the water, the red is your health, and the green is your stamina. So I am pretty okay on health right now. I don't know what actually hurt me there, but something, it could have been the mushroom that I ate that made me a little bit unhealthy. But I'm just like so desperate, and I don't have a bow and arrow at this time yet. I only have spears, and they're a little bit harder to aim at stuff, especially small things. And I see this elk over there, and it's actually an elk baby. And I'm like, wow. Can you imagine how much food that would get me? I really hate myself right now for doing this because this is a baby. But I am so desperate. I am so hungry. I see the blood on the ground. I feel really sick to my stomach. But I'm like, I already heard it. I just need to go and finish it off so it doesn't have to suffer. But I kind of lost track there for a little while. And then I find it again. And I'm like, okay, it is her. So I should just do it and relieve it of its pain. And I can't really get the head, so obviously that didn't still not take it down because you're supposed to take the head. And I can't find my spear, darn it. So I realized that I have to build a new spear or 2 or 3. It's always good to have more than one. And for that I had to actually take down a tree because you need, I think you need 1 log for a spear. Yeah, that would make sense. And I see the elk again. I'm like, oh my God, he or she is right there. Should I go in with the knife or should I try the spear again? So I'm not really so sure. But then I decide to just go and take the spear and try it because I have the head right there. And I can't believe that that didn't do it. I literally can't believe it. Didn't you see the spear go right in the head? There's more blood here, and again, I lost my spear. Well, the torch didn't help finding the spear, but I did find the elk. She was not really far from where I just hit her last. And I do the same thing again, and every time I do that, it just really hurts. I really hate having to do this to this baby elk. But I've come so far, I can't just stop right now. And this is the 3rd headshot, literally headshot. Where did he go? Oh, he's right there. Sorry, still don't know if it's a he or a she. And finally, I have my chance here to actually go in with the knife. to kind of finish him off. And yes, we did it. I cannot believe it, but I'm so glad I did not give up, because that gave me so much meat. For the first time, I could actually stuff my belly and be full and not have to worry about constantly hunting for rabbits and not being able to do anything else. So I'm on my way now to make a big fire and enjoy my dinner. Believe it or not, I got a solid 20 huge steaks out of this elk. I ate some of them to fill up my belly, and I kept the rest for next time. Now I'm gonna take a sip of water from the fresh, clean river. And we are in very good shape. So with a full belly and feeling strong and energized, I actually decide to go see if I can build something else. Yeah, I probably should do some missions and go and help the villagers and stuff, but you know, that's how I am. I always kind of ignore that and do my own thing, at least for a little while. I'm just having so much fun. And the one thing that I know that I don't want to do is chop all the trees down close to my house, because that's going to look so ugly when I have just stumps all around me. So I'm going to go a little farther to get trees down. I don't want to take any of those trees down really, but unfortunately that's just part of it. Ooh, and this tree almost fell on top of me. So the one thing I don't know in this game is if those trees actually eventually regrow. That would be really, really cool. And or if you could actually just plant trees around your house, that would be really cool too. Because the one thing I hate in a lot of games where you can build stuff is you kind of deplete the whole area of resources, and then it becomes really, really bare. And some of the games do a good job of kind of respawning stuff. And look at that. How realistically is that? The tree got stuck in another tree, and we got 2 logs here. I just absolutely love chopping trees here. I don't know why, it's just so satisfying. So my second house is almost done at this point. I only need a few parts for the roof. I get them gathered and I finish the house number 2, which is called resource storage. So I was kind of expecting that I can store all my stuff here. But actually there's only 1 trunk in here. Let's see how much it holds. Well, it doesn't really tell me how much, but I think there's a lot that fits in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of this space though. But I know that I have to hire people to help me, and maybe that's when that space is needed. But look at that. I got a little village started right now. I don't know about the placement of those houses though. So a little later, after doing some hunting, getting my traps reset and stuff, I decide to finally go into the village again and see if I can get some new quests done. Actually, I haven't done any quests yet, but I'm just collecting them. So I'm just gonna go see, and I also want to see if I can afford something or not, but I actually kind of realized that I'm pretty broke. I don't really have any money, and at this point I don't really know yet how to sell and what I can sell. I learned that a little later, and so I'm quite like, I don't really actually know what I'm doing here. And I'm just looking at her stuff and everything is super expensive, so I'm like, thanks but no thanks. And I also asked her to marry me, but she says no. You can always try, right? So I decided to go back home and I take a shortcut through the forest, not only because I want to save time, but also because it's just so beautiful. Look at that. And I see this like pig over there, and thought it was just a pig. It's actually a boar. And I'm like, oh my God, this looks so tasty. I am so tired of eating rabbits. I've long digested all the elk steaks. I need this. You're mine right now. Come on, baby. We can do this. Let's do the headshot right away. Come on. Boom. And I'm so disappointed. No. Are you kidding me? That That was such a strong shot, and I lost my spear, and I have no other spear. Yeah, lesson learned. And I tried to box it. That didn't work. And I'm like thinking, what can I do? I don't have anything else. I have like a stone knife, but I don't think that's going to do anything. So I use my mallet. Oh, and I find another spear. I actually do have another spear. I don't know where that came from. And I'm dead. Well, that was the first time I died, and I just learned that I should not mess with boars, maybe. So, yeah, that was a good lesson. So what happens if you die is you actually get to live again, which is nice, but you do lose some of your stuff, and not your clothes or the food you have on, but if you found anything, looted anything, that usually you lose. And that's really not too bad. It could be way worse. So I'm now trying to do my first bigger mission, which is find the courier of the route to Gostovia. And I'm really excited. I'm like, oh my god, I can finally do something exciting. Woohoo! And I barely kind of been far away from my house so far. I've been doing mostly building and hunting and just keeping myself alive. I've been so busy with that, I didn't really have time to do much else. And so I'm trying to see if I can find that guy. And I'm just walking around this road towards the yellow that was on the map, and I see this blood spatter right here, and I'm like, wait, is that connected to this mission that I'm supposed to do, or is this just an animal that died there that got killed by another animal? I don't know, probably, right? So I keep going on, and I'm like, wait, is that, wait, there's another blood spatter, and here's one. Is this actually going on here? Yeah, there is another one, and there's another one. I didn't, oh wow, so many. So what happened here? Something definitely happened. That can't be from an animal. That's a lot of blood. And I don't see any more, so I don't know where exactly this starts. Could be anywhere here. And I don't know where it starts and where it ends, so I'm assuming it started here and it goes back there. If that is connected to the mission, which it told me I need to go back there, it probably ends there somewhere. I just gotta have to find out where exactly. Oh, there's another one. No, that's the one we saw earlier. So now it stops on the path and it kind of goes in here somewhere. But now it's becoming difficult because I can't really see much anymore in the bushes here. Look at all those mushrooms. Yeah, but I don't have time for that right now. I need to find more blood so I know where this guy is. And I have a rabbit that I could hunt, but I know I have to ignore that rabbit right now. I can't find any more blood splatter, so I'm like, this is gonna be difficult. Aha! I am in the yellow circle, so I'm just gonna have to walk around. I'll find this guy. I don't really need the blood splatter, right? I'm just gonna look. If I'm lucky, I find more. Yep, I'm definitely inside the circle now. I just have to kind of keep to the right. And I thought that was blood, but it's not. God, that water looks so yummy. And I see another blood spatter just when I was about to give up. Wow, so we're on the right track here. Where is that guy? And I look and he must be here somewhere, right? So, a couple more seconds and I actually spot him right there. He looks like he's badly hurt. I talk to him. Please help me, I'm badly wounded. Damn, you're sure bleeding a lot. I've been attacked enough. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. You're Nader's worker, aren't you? The one who was supposed to deliver. That's right. Here, take the parcel if you want. Just please get me some help. I'm on my way. Hold on. Alright, we did it! First quest done. Yay, I wonder what I get for this. But I guess I have to complete it still. I have to go and get help for him first. Man, I really need a horse. This was a long walk to this village here, but we made it. Now I just have to find the guy to talk to. And I finally find him in this barn here. And I'll talk to him. Hey. Hello. I found your man wounded on the road. He's been attacked and needs help. Oh my, I must send someone promptly. I gave him some medicine. You should be able to, whatever. Sure, don't worry about it. Okay. So, you're amazing. Here are some coins. Keep it. Your worker will need it more than me. Or, thank you. Should I take the money? Should I take it? I'm pretty broke, so I take the money. Alright! I gotta make it home before it gets dark. I don't think that's gonna happen. So I decide to just go and kind of look around in the village a little bit and see if we can pick up any quests here. Look at how cozy those people sitting by the fire. I talk to this guy here and I tell him I'm creating a new settlement and I'm looking for good people. He's like, great, see you there. I'm like, I don't know what I just did. Oh my god. I just hired a guy.
Pleasure to meet you.
I can't pay anyone. Oh well, too late now. Oh man. Alright. So you can ask them about farm animals, wild animals. You can ask them anything where you can find
it was
things.
Nice seeing you.
And, you know, sometimes they need your help. But nobody here really needed my help. So I decide to head back home. I know I'm gonna have to go while it's dark and it's gonna be dangerous. But I finally make it back home. Nothing actually happened. I'm just super tired. I'm ready to hit the sack. Hey, I have a house with actually 2 beds in there, believe it or not. And I didn't even realize that we just reached the end of fall, meaning that I cannot sleep to the next day. I now have to sleep to the next season, which is winter. My first winter here. I don't know if I'm prepared for winter. Well, let's take a look. Oh my god, and I'm already freezing just stepping out my door. So I remember that I actually found some other clothes and I'm like, I probably have to dress a bit warmer. Let's see what we have here. So we actually have a felt hat. That sounds warm, and boots and gloves. So I'm changing my clothes and just see if that actually makes a difference. And I'm ready to step out in the cold. Ooh, sure looks nice though. So now we get a warning here. Temperature, if the temperature is too high or too low, you will begin to lose health. To avoid it, it's necessary to dress appropriately for the weather, changing clothing in warmer ones to warmer ones, taking shelter, using a torch. And that's a good tip because I would not have known that. So if you are not in your, like, close to shelter, somewhere in the woods or on a field and you're super freezing, you have a torch, you can literally just put that on and it actually helps you from freezing to death. And also, of course, sitting by a fire, everyone knows that, right? So I think it's time for me to end this video now. This video is long enough. I hope you enjoyed it. This was really just kind of like an introduction in this game and the beginning of it. There wasn't much happening yet, but this game actually becomes really, really interesting. There are a lot of adventures, there's a lot to find, and it gets better and better. So if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to join me next time. If not, you can leave me a comment, give me some feedback. If you play this game yourself, if you have any tips, just please don't spoil anything. Thank you. And I would appreciate if you give me a like if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.